The guy who likes walking is going to walk further than the guy who likes the destination. You understand?
Journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination.
I'm not saying I didn't do nothing wrong, but now I'm doing it right. That's all we saying, dog. How we used to be, now we how we need to be.
I'm back in that mode again. No more pointless socializing. No more empty conversations. Nothing but silence and straight hustle.
As soon as God starts noticing you, so does the devil. So that means you're gonna shine and you're gonna fall too. That's what this life's all about. Rising and falling, rising and falling. But what happens when you fall from a rise? And that shows who you are.
A king isn't born, Alexander. He's made by steel and by suffering.
4 words that'll change your life. I do it anyways. Tired? I do it anyways. No support? I do it anyways. Afraid of failure? I do it anyways. Fear of rejection? I do it anyways. That's how you win the game of life.
Which way does a tree fall? Down? A tree falls the way it leans. Be careful which way you lean.
When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, get up. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, get up.
You don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. That's how you start to callous your mind. So that became my life.
10 years before I've heard it put into words, if you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you can be in a good mood for no reason.
And I'm obsessed with being the best version of myself. And that's a daily thing, you know, and some days are better than others.
You need 4 wins every single day. First, you need a physical win.
Run, lift,
move. Train the body, clear the mind. Second, you need a mental win.
Read, learn, reflect.
Put down the cheap dopamine and feed your brain something useful. Third, you need a financial win.
Build, work, invest.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy freedom. Fourth, you need a spiritual win.
Pray, journal,
meditate. Practice gratitude, stillness, presence. That's it. 4 wins every single day. Stack these wins and you won't just feel better. You'll completely transform.
Seek real dopamine. Sun, ice, sauna, weights, runs, walks, hard work, breath work, meditate, visualize, design, serve, connect, and create. Do real work because you'll never reach your true potential if fake dopamine is always within reach.
I just want to remind you this morning that you're doing incredibly well, and it's important you should know that. You know, I know your plans don't always work out, but that's life, and you are learning to accept that. You now realize that each and every day is a new day, and with it the chance to learn and grow. You now realize that every step you take, no matter how small, are taking you in the right direction. So just stop for a moment. Think back. See how far you've come and how strong you've become. And even if you can't appreciate that yourself, believe you me, others do. So don't be hard on yourself. Remember to be kind to yourself, because it's how you feel about yourself that's the most important thing of all. Just keep those dreams alive, and the bigger the better.
It's more like an obsession now. Everything I do is something to do with this, you know? Yeah, I'm definitely obsessed with it.
I had a purpose before everybody had an opinion. It's not about anybody else. It's just about going to do it because that's what you want. That's what you set out there to go do.
I am not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around and this life and everything I see is not for me. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different. And I'm going to change my life.
Imagine if you wake up every day with $84,600 in your bank account. And every day, at the end of the night, it's gone, whether you wasted it or not, and then the next day you get another $84,600. You would do everything in your power to spend it, because you know the next day you're getting $84,600. You don't want to leave nothing there. You'd make the best of it, right? You get 84,600 seconds. Why waste time? It doesn't carry over to the next day. It doesn't earn interest. You know? Take every day and every moment and make something of it. Make something positive.
I feel lost.
Good.
I feel like my heart is getting broken, my own personal heart, every night.
Good.
Do I just keep doing it?
Yes.
Without knowing anything?
Yes.
Isn't there supposed to be some kind of an answer out there in the cosmic wilderness? Woodrow's line about the meaning of life.
Maybe there is one.
Right. Well, that's my question. I still don't understand the play.
Doesn't matter. Just keep telling the story.
To become the person you want, you must destroy the person you are.
Do not get comfortable. You're not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna know when you got there. But you cannot get comfortable.
The truth is, the price of progress is pain. Most people do not want to experience pain. They like comfort. So if you want progress, you must be willing to, in the process, experience pain so that you may achieve your goal.
I obsess over what I do. Like, you know, I want to be great. I want to evolve. I want to grow. I don't want to stay the same. So I want to continue to, like, you know, pour into it. And in order to do that, you got to put time in the gym. You can't eat what you want all the time. You got to eat what you have to eat. Staying out the streets, staying out the clubs. I'm not partying. Like that's a real part of the sacrifice of the journey that you're on when you try to be dedicated to a craft.
Well, you know, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. So if you want to know your life, look at your habits. That's what you do frequently, right? And they add up to a rhythm. That rhythm becomes a pattern. That pattern becomes your character. That character becomes your life. You're not going to be able to break out of it until you change something about who you are.
What is the best advice you've ever had or received?
Do so much work, it would be unreasonable for you not to be successful.
Real self-confidence doesn't come from shouting affirmations in the mirror. Real self-confidence comes from giving the world irrefutable proof you are who you say you are.
When I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror, I see failure every day. I do. I'm like, man, you're not there yet. And I don't know if you got any more time left. You better make today count.
What's your why? If I don't give y'all nothing else, you better start that. What's your why? You know why I do what I do and I do it so passionately? Because my grandfather was a high school dropout. My father was a high school dropout. I was a high school dropout. And we about to break the cycle. I do what I do so my son won't have to go through what I went through. I'm about to give everything I got. And I will know if I don't get another gig, it won't have anything to do with the fact that I didn't put everything on the field. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you go out and practice? Why?
When my oldest brother died, my other two brothers pulled me to the side. Never forget this. I'm walking into the hospital. The doctor tell my mom his heart's still pumping, he's brain dead. What you want to do? She said, pull the plug, it's done. Never forget it. Walk out the room, I'm crying. My oldest brother grabbed me and he was like, you crying for? Wipe your tears. And he kept it real. He said, I fucked up, my other brother fucked up, and the only one that could have made it is gone. Mama ain't got nobody no more. You the last one. And if you don't make it, then what we doing? And I remember running, all my family's crying, and I go in, I touch my brother. He laying in the bed, look like he sleep. I touch his feet, he cold. I get in the bed, I lay with him, I kiss him, and I say, I love you, and I got us.
Journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination.
You lock your eyes on that peak. Don't do that. You don't look at the man you want to be in 20 years. You only have to fix one thing. Today. Just today. That's it. Am I a man that I can like and respect today? And when you go to bed at night, look back on the day and say, how'd I do today? And then go to bed and go to sleep. Wake up in the morning and say, all I got to do is be the best man I can be today.
The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. But the second and the best time to plant a tree of self-discipline is today.
On the consistency point, no one cheers you for not drinking for a day, not smoking on a long drive, or not overeating for one night. No single workout or meal is ever impressive on its own. The reason so few people understand success is consistency never looks impressive in the moment, only at the end.
I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made him. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it.
Mistakes are not failures. Do not ever perceive a mistake as a failure. Perceive it as feedback. Everything is feedback. Pressure is a privilege. It really is. That's what makes you.
Every single successful person who's achieved great things, whether it's climbing Mount Everest, whether it's getting to the top of a company, whether it's being the best athlete possible, they've all failed more times than they'll be able to remember. But through those lessons that they've learned through those failures, that's how they become great.
It's hard doing something for a long time, getting up every single day and you're not where you want to be at just yet, and then doing it again the next day and doing it again the next day. That's actually hard, but you're building your mental endurance. Do it, bro. Try. Stop looking for the end result and just enjoy the process, bro. Anything worth having is gonna take hard work. You gotta understand that. It's not gonna fall in your lap. This is not fairyland, bro. You gotta put in work in the real world, bro. I just suggest you figure it out, what you gotta do. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it's gonna happen one night. Believe in yourself.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you know, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very, very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work, you know, appreciating it, you know, when it's good and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
Think of that, guys. When you guys are saying you're doing everything right and you're giving it your all, come on, come on. Your all's a lot more than you know. You got more inside of you to give. Stop selling yourself so short.
When you start saying things like, you know, I hope it is fucking hard. I hope it's so fucking hard that no one can do it. That way, when I do it, I'm that much more ahead of everybody. I want it so fucking hard, to be so hard and so challenging that when I get it, man, I reap all the reward. I don't want luck in the equation because I don't need it. You start saying terms like that, man, you're someone that believes it. You got confidence. I don't give a shit what the endeavor is. You're gonna find a way to do it. That's the differential right there. That's the confidence that no matter what's in front of you, the never say die attitude drives you through it. And all your shortcomings and your failures along the way don't set you back, but just gives you a report card of where your weaknesses are and your strengths so you can rebuild that weak chain of life to continue the path to success.
But it all starts with your want. You gotta want this. I can't want this for you. You gotta want this like no other. Then the work has to happen. The work and the want gotta add up together to want each other. Then that puts you in the position to win. Ain't nobody giving you no W. You gotta go take that thing, man.
Because once you start to feel like you can keep on going, then you're gonna feel like you can go further. But first you gotta feel like you can go. And then it will all evolve, man. I promise you. I promise you.
If you quit, it's really easy to predict your future. How's that feel? But if you don't quit, if you go for it with no proof, you can't quantify it. People are gonna call you crazy. Your friends are gonna look at you sideways. But you'll have the opportunity to play in the game and stop sitting on the sidelines. And you might fail for a while. And you might have to pay your success tax. And you might have to go through 7 failures, 9 failures, 12 failures. You might be sleepless at night wondering why the heck you're doing it. But on the other side of that, you get to see who you're meant to be and tap into your full potential, and there's nothing better.
You win the medals in the training. You just go to collect them in the fight. So this my mentality, I think so. I work so hard. I know everything that I did everything that I could, and there's no way that I'm not gonna walk out from that octagon with the victory.
What motivates you to carry on? Listen, bro, I don't have motivation, I have discipline. Motivation, it's temporary. For example, today you have motivation, tomorrow wake up early, you don't have motivation. But I don't have motivation, I today not go to training. No, bro, it's when I wake up early morning in training, I never have motivation. I have only discipline. Motivation is good, but discipline is better.
Stay focused on what really matters.
How do you know that you're on your path? Because it disappears, that's how you know. How do you know that you're really doing something radical? Because you can't see where you're going. That's how you know. But everything you have lent on for your identity has gone. And so you are going to enter the black contemplative splendors of self-doubt at the same time as you're setting out on this radical new path.
So there's this quote by Marcus Aurelius that, what are you so afraid of losing when nothing in this world belongs to you? And I read that and I was like, that's good.
The story of the bamboo. Bamboo spends its growth time under the dirt, 5 to 7 years under the dirt. And then within a couple weeks, it shoots up meters and meters into the sky. And people are like, whoa, bamboo grows so fast. No, it didn't. It took years. You just couldn't see it. So when you see growth and you see wins, it comes from consistently compounding wins. Consistently compounding wins.
And nobody sees the 16 years of living on the road, living at an average of less than $5,000 a year. What they see is the person up there on the stage. But every single great success was at one time a failure. And they failed and failed and failed and failed over and over again. And all great successes are a story of failure, 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 failure. Outstanding success. Boy, ain't he lucky. Isn't that right? Boy, he was lucky. He sure had the right connections. So consistency is important. There's a law of accumulation in the universe. And it says that even though you do 100 things or 1,000 things that you don't see, eventually they accumulate and they gather a force of their own. That every single great accomplishment in life is the result of thousands of minor accomplishments that nobody ever sees.
Can you read the quote once more? Don't eat with people you wouldn't starve with. To me, like, loyalty is really big. Because then if you invest in certain people in your life and they stick by you and you stick by them, and what else is life about? Yeah, well, hardship will show you who your real friends are, that's for sure. Yeah, so in that way, hardship is a gift. It shows you. Definitely. And it makes you stronger. It definitely makes you stronger.
Whenever you try to do something out of the ordinary, people will line up to tell you that you can't do it, why you can't do it, that you'll lose your time, you'll lose your money, that you will, in effect, die in the desert. Even people who should know better will try to discourage you. To achieve anything great or worthwhile, you must train yourself to rise above these people, ignoring them and pressing on toward your goal regardless.
If I order medium rare steak at a restaurant and they bring me well done chicken, I just eat it.
So do I.
Who gives a shit?
So do I. I'm the same way. It's
like, somebody cuts me off in traffic and then flips me off. I'm like, wow, they need bigger problems.
Yes.
Traffic is bugging you that much, you'll never be successful. So know that. If you're annoyed because a friend doesn't ask you to go to the mall, or someone cut you off in traffic, or you think a friend offended you, or you think a coworker's being a little rude, then you're screwed because you're worrying about the wrong things. Spend that energy on solving big problems and you accomplish big things.
This is massively valuable for people to hear.
I found that you can win more when you surround yourself with more winners. I found that putting yourself in the environment of motivational, inspirational personnel, people that just want shit out of life, it's addictive. You get that, like that rubs off. So my surroundings changed. My ideas grew. My wants grew.
I'm not gonna lie and portray this ultimate poise, like I've had it figured out. No, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what gonna separate.
The guy who likes walking is gonna walk further than the guy who likes the destination. You understand? And that's, it's easy to say. You know, it's easy to say this motivational shit or whatever. It's harder to put it into practice. But, you know, if you go to the gym on a consistent basis for long enough, it's just going to become normal life. It's not even going to be a challenge for you to go in. And you should start to see some results coming in.
There's a quote from Viktor Frankl that says, when a man can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure.
It can be done. Yeah. People have done it. Like, you gotta, but you have to be willing to just really can throw yourself into something. Yeah. And know that, especially in the beginning, there's no time to off here. If you really want to do something that's really hard to do, like, you got to be all in. Yeah. Because there's too many people that are all in. Yeah. And you're competing with them. Yeah. You're not competing with these like half-steppers, these people that are kind of dipping in and dipping out. Yeah. They're there as an example for you to not live your life.
If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. Come out the other side.
Are you tough? Well, I don't know what that means. I wouldn't. Tough? Do I look tough?
I guess, I don't know, tough getting through life. You got to be tough, I guess. We're all tough. It's, how do you mean tough?
Cope. At coping, that's what
toughness, I think what comes from toughness is because you're trying to cover something, isn't it, usually? A certain sensitivity, a certain vulnerability. That's toughness.
If you give up a little bit today, like you can't get it back. Like if you skip a workout today, there's no possible way to get that back. When you let something go, it's gone.
Hey bro, can you just promise me one thing, bro? Promise me that for the next 6 months, you'll give it your all. No averageness, no laziness, no excuses, just pure effort. Because truth be told, that's all that you're missing. It's just effort. If you just hone in, block out the noise, get off the ground, get off your phone, tell your weaknesses no, and tell your strengths yes, I promise you by the end of the year, you'll be in a totally different situation. But I can't want it more than you. You gotta make that choice. Let's see what you do, bro.
I started boxing at 21.
You know how crazy that is?
I know.
So a year and a half of boxing, you make the Olympic team, and you win a bronze medal.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
I started because of my daughter that was born with spina bifida. So, I couldn't play football or basketball anymore because you had to go to school for that. I needed money right now, so I was looking at a way of making money like right now. I had a friend in college. We was always talking about what we want to try to do and what are the things we were trying to do to get to that point, because talk is cheap. We can always say what we want, but if you're not applying any type of action towards with your words, it's just talk, you know. And he said he thought I should box. He thought I should start boxing. I thought it was a great idea as well too. We didn't know how to get there, but we knew that if we kept winning, that we'll eventually get to that point. So I just kept knocking guys out. I just kept winning. And then that's how I got on the Olympics team. And then I told my daughter when I made the Olympics team, I medaled and did all that. And then I turned pro shortly after. And I remember telling my daughter when she was 1 year old, I said, Daddy gonna be a world champion.
He who has a why can bear almost any how.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? The most precious thing that we have is not time, it's attention. Okay? If you take a person with an unlimited amount of time who's distracted, that person's always going to lose to the person that is focused, okay, and under a deadline. So we always think time, we need time. You'd be shocked how little time you need. You don't need as much time as you think. And it's really difficult to remove all the noise from your life.
And so there's a reason that I have this tweet that went really viral. A focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius.
You know why kids love athletes?
I don't know, because they screw lingerie models.
No, that's why we love athletes. Kids love athletes because they follow their dreams.
Well, I can't dunk.
No, but you can cook.
What are you talking about?
Your resume says that you minored in French culinary arts. Most students, they're working the fryer at KFC, but you bust tables at Il Picatore to support yourself. And then you get out of college, and you come and you work here. How much did they first pay you to give up on your dreams?
27 grand a year.
And when were you going to stop and come back and do what makes you happy?
Good question.
I see guys who work at the same company for their entire lives, guys exactly like you. They clock in, they clock out, and they never have a moment of happiness. You have an opportunity. This is a rebirth. If not for you, do it for your children.
Go home today. Don't talk to nobody. Sit down and have one conversation with yourself. What is the thing that I do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? This ain't gonna take you long. You old enough, you grown. Write it down. I don't care if it's networking. I don't care if it's babysitting. I don't care if it's doing color. I don't care if it's painting. Whatever it is, it's what you do. Sing it. Whatever you do the best, write it down. That's your gift. I'm gonna just say this fast as I can, I'm gonna let you go. If you change your attitude, you change your outcome.